Everyone, I'm going to share my history. It is called The Last Odyssey, and it's a history from a Japanese writer, but I want to adapt it to you guys. So I'm going to start. Last Odyssey start with an immortal that is called Cain. He has lost his family. He lost his memories as well. The only thing that he remembers is that he's a mercenary that have fought more than 100 battles in all his life. He also remembers that he has been living in this world about 1000 years. So guess that, who would be that? Uh, this is a history about magic. The world is full of magic and those kind of concepts. So Cain has a like a curse, but it's not a curse. It's something magic that he has in his body. Because of that, he's immortal. There are also in the world some other immortals like Seth. Seth is friends of Cain. They together are struggling with problems in their lives until they can find their truth, why they are living this life, why they are here, what is the reason. So, on the other hand, there is a bad character in this story, and it's called Gengara. He's a evil witcher. So mainly Gengara is the one that controls everything in this world with his magic, with his dark magic. And also he has a guardian. That guardian is a huge, a big and immense spider, a green and dark spider. He controlled that beast or animal, I don't know, with magic. So it's like a guardian. He can summon that monster at any time. So regarding again with Cain, when he started to realizing why he is in that condition, he started to have dreams about his previous experiences, his previous battles, his previous memories, and remembers about his life. And he got remembered that he got a wife. Her name is Sarah. Sarah is Cain's wife. Sarah is also another immortal. So what is happening here? With the time, as the story goes on, Cain and Seth find Sarah. Sarah is also in the same condition. She hasn't remembered anything. But when she encounters with Cain, she starts to remember, and she remembers that they had a daughter, and her name is Lirum. Lirum, like the flower, Lirum. And so Sarah must make a paper in this history in helping Cain to recover his memory, as well as to give an explanation to what is going on in the world. So as the times goes on, Cain, Sarah, and Seth together finds a city. In that city, they realize that their Lirum lives. So what happens to Lirum? Lirum is kinda sick because Lirum isn't immortal. Lirum is mortal, but he has a weird sickness that is a consequence of the use of magic. So magic can be very related to our reality with technology. It's the same thing, but it's magic. Magic is in charge of everything, of give you life, of help you to cook, to travel, to learn something. All is uh, all is magic. So when they found Lirum is really sick, and this part is very sad because Cain sees her daughter and he, oh my God, I have lost about 500 years. I have lived 1000 years and I didn't realize that I have a daughter. and I even remember what is going on. So that experience, that terrible experience for Caim and Sarah, make them remember who person did to today what they feel. So they remember it was Gengara. Gengara make a ritual, and Gengara is also an immortal. So Gengara make a ritual for make them forget about everything. So this part of the story is very sad because Cain sees her daughter. She's in old. She's a little more younger than Cain. Cain is more or less of 35 years, human years, and Lirum is about 25, but she's really sick. And Cain sees her and start to crying. Cain, a person, an immortal that has never cried in his life, start to crying when he saw his daughter in that condition. So Lirum is taken care by his grandsons, by Cook and Mac. There are Lirum's childs, and they are really great childs. They are not immortal. They are mortals, but they have a ability with magic. They can cast fire, ice, wind, and those kind of things. So this part is really sad because we all know what is going to happen. Lirum dies, and these childs really get the pain in their souls. They start to crying as well as Cain. And well, all that ends. Cain take them with him to travel around the world and to keep finding the truth of what is going on in this world. So Gengara has the guilty of Lirum disease. And as I told you, Gengara is the bad guy in the history. So as the time passes, they keep traveling, Sarah, Seth, Cain, and their grandsons, Mac and Cook. So they travel around the world until they find the answer to their questions. And they found out that Gengara is the one that controls everything, that controls the good, the evil in this world. So he's like a half god. It's something like it. He's really strong. He has a control of magic, dark magic. It's really dark magic. And well, we get to the final part of the history because this is really long. But I tell you the main consequences of this history. So we also realize that Seth has a child, but when she found him, this guy is really old, has his hair white. He's really old. You see Seth, and Seth is more or less like the age of Cain, a little more younger. And this part is really hard because this person is like a child when he saw his mom. Oh, mom, my God, I thought I was never going to meet you. Yes, just guess that. A person that have more or less 60 years old, and he found his mother, and his mother is the half years of him. So guess that. And yes, in the final part, they are finding a fortress that Gengara have, where he controls everything. So they get there and fights against Gengara. And the fight is won, but at what cost? The result is that when Gengara is beaten, he opens a portal to another world. So in this part of the history, we understand almost everything. We understand that there is another world. We don't know how is it, but in that world exist people that is immortal, that have that gift. So in that world there are good people, bad people, and we can see that Gengara is the evil guy. So the only way to beat Gengara is to take him to that world. So in this part there is a sacrifice to end this nightmare, And this is really sad because the one that gives his sacrifice is Set. Set is a pirate. She's a warrior, but she has her child. So it's a tough decision because she decided to grab Gengara that is beaten in the floor, grab Gengara and take him to the other world. But she knows that when they are going to cross to the other world, the portal is going to be closed and never open again. So this is the last choice. Who is going to stay and who is going to go? So Seth decided to go with Gengara to eliminate this nightmare. And this scene is very, very sad because Seth has to say goodbye to his son. And this person, well, start to cry. This is an old man and start to cry. Oh, mom, I hope I can see you again. And Seth is crossed the portal, and he start to crying also. And yes, that would be more or less the end of the history. They cross the portal, and Cain, Sarah, their grandsons, and Seth's childs remain in this reality. So I think this story can continue, but I hasn't seen how continues. So I hope you enjoy, guys, and see you later. Bye.